Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Hurts throwing right away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's caught inside the 35. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. And the tight end goes in motion left. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. And Sanders has got it complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
6 the Eagles, 6 the Eagles. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Play action. Here's Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
On 4th down, here's the option. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, trying to put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now White. Open man here is Conklin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now White. He gets it underneath to Hall. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 41, White. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. White. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. You gotta like what you're seeing from this offense here in the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Throw left side complete. That's Knight. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Six yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A give, running right is Hall. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Ball again on 2nd down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. White looks to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Hurts on the option right. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Let's go now.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Mustang 19.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Hot 70, hot 70. Top 60, top 60. Buffalo 18.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Knight has some space here. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well called, well blocked, and he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by DJ. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The play fake, now White. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. This is Wilson on the jet sweep.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off play action, here's White. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
from 3 yards out.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said? It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up, and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's White. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
But these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. White. He's got the connection to Moore. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. White.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, White. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Packers 60, Packers 60. Dragon 60. 18, tied in.
On first down, Hurts.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 38 yards. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught downfield by Moore. Touchdown! Elijah Moore, 44 yards. And the Jets have made it a 3-score game now here in the fourth. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles.
but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.